Do you have very little time or no inspiration, no ideas to make Father's Day cards? I'll show you how I made these three when I was facing the same circumstances. So, my main idea for you is to use one sentiment as your main element. This is my whole stash of Father's Day stuff. So, I have one stamp and two dies. And still I made three cards and I didn't even use one of those stamps. I also have alphabet die sets, so one of them I made using an alphabet die set. I'll give you another tip about that later. So I just chose a lighter color. I would advise you to choose any color that your the father you're giving it to likes, if you know what their preference is. Here I cut down a smaller panel and I'm going to ink blend a little bit of darker color on the borders just to focus, because then whatever you put in the center, I find that if you ink blend a darker color along the borders, whatever you use in the center, it kind of really focus the attention of your eye to the center of the element. And because I'm only going to use a sentiment, I think that it works, you know. Um, you don't even need to ink blend if you want to. If you have a nice, cute die like this one I'm going to use, I just got it this week from Simon Says Stamp, and it's my first time using it. And the die is so pretty that that's it. You just maybe get a pop of color, and it looks nice. Um, I'm just gonna foam mount this panel and glue it to my card base. And I'm adding a few sequins because to me, I associate sequins to any kind of celebration, like confetti. And that's it. I'm gonna call it done. It doesn't get any quicker, easier than this. When I started making these cards, I had actually no ideas. I always go online, like I showed in my previous videos. I go online and I look it up and I do a bit of research. And I saw a bunch of things that I thought were cute, but I think most of them were a lot of work. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself to make one or two cards, but like only very quick and easy, very simple, minimal supplies. And for this one, if you don't have a die or a stamp for Father's Day, you could just write your own sentiment on this panel, this smaller panel, foam mount it, and that's it. You can call it done. Maybe add some stars, other things that you can add. I have another video about how to customize your cards, and I share loads of ideas of things. They're kind of obvious that maybe people don't think. So color would be one of them, but you could also just write your father's name or the father you're going to give it to, and things that you associate or that your father like. I have a card that I made on that video that says "You rock," and it has like a musical theme. And my dad loves music. I think that card would actually be great for him. So in my country, another idea that I also share on that video, in my country, many guys like or love football, and there's always a football team that they cheer for. So it's common to make cards when you customize them with the colors of the favorite football team. There is a die set from Spellbinders where you can actually make the jersey and in the colors of your football team, and maybe put your dad's name on the back if you have a smaller alphabet die set. You can add the numbers as well. If you're using it for like a birthday card, you could put the age as the number on the jersey. So I really want to buy that die set. I don't have it yet. I really want to buy that because of that. I know I'm gonna get a lot of usage out of it. So this one, this is it. Like it doesn't get any easier than that. I did put the foam behind that smaller panel, and I also used 4 layers on my sentiment, but that was it. So the second card, I started with the navy card base. I am using this die set from Simon to die cut like a stamp border on a smaller element. This smaller element, I am going to run it through my machine on an embossing folder that is from Altenew, and it has like fireworks. Again, I associate fireworks to celebrations. And for this sandwich, I have shown this on my video about how to emboss on Sizzix, if you have a Sizzix die cutting machine. For this one, it's only the plate and my full base with all the layers, and my 3D embossing folder and the paper, the cardstock. So for this one, you could use, again, on my video, my last video, I showed how to make wreaths. You could use that idea of the half wreath with a bunch of stars and just a happy Father's Day sentiment. But I am changing this up, and I'll make it even easier and just add a sentiment and a few stars, and that's it. Again, the color here, I chose navy because I really like it, but you could use the favorite color of the person you're going to give it to. And maybe it's multiple colors. I think it would look lovely if it was more colorful as well. But for some reason, every time I go to make my videos and make cards for the videos, I always think of making at least one dark and one light. I don't know why. I think that's how my brain works. So again, I'm using foam adhesive. The sentiments I layered, and I used 3 or 4 layers. But for the panels, I find it way easier to use foam adhesive. And I'm just going to center this one, glue the sentiment on top. Again, it doesn't get any easier than this, folks. You could make any of these cards probably in 30 minutes. And I think they work. They're not, I don't know, I think sometimes we get stuck because we want to make something very complicated, or we really want to put a lot of thought into something, but sometimes you don't have the time, and sometimes the ideas don't come, and you need the card anyway. So go for the quickest and easiest and most simple idea. Don't torture yourself. I think that's what I want to say. And this one already has a star that comes with it, and I thought the other stars would tie in nicely. They are all confetti except for the inner of the die cut. I use that one as well. It's the tiniest one that I'm gonna add at the end. I am using my blocks to put some weight and make sure that it's not gonna move, and hold it in place while the glue dries. But this is the final result. For card number 3, I used this die set from Gina Designs. It's an older one, but it's gorgeous. I find that many companies are doing stamp inspired dies and stamp sets at the moment. So I did cut that one with the 4 perforations, 4 spaces and perforations in between, out of light gray. It's fog cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. And I cut the other one that cuts the 4 individual panels out of white. And for that one, I just wanted the panels because I'm gonna layer them and kind of make them look like stamps. So the gray one, I'm gonna try to cut right in the center of those perforations, and that will give me the detail that makes it look like a stamp, a postal stamp. And then I layered everything off camera. So I cut 2 or 3 more layers of white and I layer them. You can see that it's recycled paper and all. I layer them behind my gray die cuts, and the white ones, I believe I layered only two, but I am also layering the letters. So yeah, this one has a lot of dimension. I think this one is the one that was the most time consuming because of the amount of layers that I used. If I had instead used that foam, double-sided foam adhesive, it would have been way quicker. One thing that I like to do, if you don't want to die cut your sentiment several times, because that takes time and it's a bit like it takes time, I guess. If you don't want to do that, you could die cut it once from the cardstock that you're going to use, and one from foam, just foam, and layer them together. So I'm going to use my T ruler to make sure that these are straight, that they are spaced evenly, and I'm just going to glue them down. For the sentiment on this one, I'm going to show you here on screen in a few moments. The die set that I used is another one from the Greetery, and I love the one. I use it a lot, and I just wrote that. If you have any alphabet dies, you can use that instead and write your own sentiment. And then because I have 4 panels, I used a heart on the last one. It's like the easiest idea I could have. I wasn't going to make Father's Day cards because in Brazil we celebrate it on the second Sunday of August. And here in Ireland it's tomorrow. But I hadn't planned ahead. So this is the die set I was talking about. But my father-in-law passed last November, so for me, it's a bit of a sad moment. Okay, this is a tip I wanted to share with you. The letters D, B, P, and Q, you can use them sometimes in some alphabets, one instead of the other, as you can see here. So to die cut that, instead of running it twice because of the letter D there, I have only one, I ran the D and the P, I believe, and then one A, and that saved me sometimes. So you can also use the U instead of the N, or the N instead of the U. And sometimes it's just a tiny detail and you can't really tell the difference between them. I kind of fussy cut with scissors the detail from mine. I've been getting a lot of attention in one of my videos recently, and I got loads more subscribers. So I just wanted to welcome everybody and say that I am so happy and still in shock that people want to watch my videos. And I am so touched by all your lovely comments, and I really appreciate your support. It means the world to me. I am not great at expressing myself in English, so I can't put into words. I really can't, like, how much this means to me and how touched I am. And I am just over the moon with your support. And please stick around. We'll make more videos, and suggestions are welcome. Thank you so, so much for being here. I might reduce, like I said on my last video, the frequency and when I post my videos. I've been trying to post twice a week, but I will probably cut it down soon to once a week. I will be posting regularly, I promise. And I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can try to monetize my channel. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I kind of had to leave my job last year because of a burnout. And I am taking a sabbatical now, so it would actually be nice if I could make this channel maybe work for me in the future. I don't think it will happen very quickly, but with your support, I could actually make it work soon. Well, but in any ways, I am very, very happy that you're here. And thank you once again for all the love, all the comments, all the likes, for watching, for your time. And it means a lot. Going back to our card, remember that you can make it your own. So you can change the color, the orientation. Maybe instead of the heart, you can put a picture of the dad. You can change the sentiment. Make it your own. Add your own spin to these ideas. So this is my final result. Here are the 3 cards we made today. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to talk to you. Happy crafting. Bye.